2 rounds, you're going to sleep.
He got dropped by some can't even hit.
Hit me with that shot. I need a Stairmaster, boy.
Y'all saw the intro. I know it's just snippets, but you guys get the idea. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis have been going back and forth, and the most recent one was on Mike Tyson's podcast, where they were able to exchange verbal barbs since they got Tank Davis on the phone. It's gonna get pretty crazy. I know this fight is really anticipated. It's perhaps the biggest fight to be made in the sport of boxing as of right now. Both guys have massive followings online. Everybody's checking for Ryan Garcia more so than anybody else in the sport of boxing currently. And of course, Gervonta Tank Davis has a solid fan base as well. As you could tell by the brief snippets that I posted, they did go back and forth. Davis even went as far as to mock Garcia by saying, "Mike, he got dropped by a guy that can't even hit." He was mocking Ryan Garcia because he got knocked down by Campbell, and man, Campbell could hit though. I don't agree with Tank Davis on that one. I think that Luke Cool Hand Campbell could really punch. The guy has like 16 knockouts in 20 fights. He definitely has a strong punch. Nevertheless, King Ryan went on to say, "Go ahead and hit me with that shot." And then he said, "Look at him. You're gonna need a Stairmaster, boy," making fun of Gervonta Davis' smaller stature. To which, obviously, Davis replied by saying, Mike, if I would have hit him, you know I would have killed him after that," taunting King Ryan Garcia and letting him know that he's coming out here for blood. He's ready to get down to business with this fight. Finally, Garcia replied to that keyword, would of, or if you would of. Basically mocking Davis, letting him know like, yo, that wasn't you in the ring, you haven't even fought me yet. Pretty much exclaiming that it might not even happen. He might not even get touched by Davis when they do face off in the ring. Finally, Davis did say, "I'm gonna fight him next. So they're both ready to go at it. I know there was a recent video circulating online where it was explained that Ryan Garcia got on the phone with Al Heyman 10 minutes before his fight, or roughly around 10 minutes before his fight with Luke Campbell. And then it was just pretty much a courtesy call, letting Ryan know that Heyman wanted the best for him and, wishing all the best for him in the fight. And it didn't seem like it was anything in regard to setting up this fight with Davis. It's just more or less, like I said, a courtesy call. Nevertheless, there has been some other things brewing since this fight is heating up so much, and it seems like we might potentially be headed into a Tank Davis versus King Ryan Garcia fight sometime in May or September. And one of the people out there that is not very much a happy camper is Devin Haney's team and Eddie Hearn. And in a recent interview on the Akin Barak show, he pretty much let them know that he's not happy. He wants Devin Haney to get his fight with Ryan Garcia. He feels a little confused. He doesn't know what's going on right now with the whole situation. Ryan Garcia and the Tank Davis potentially heading into a fight. But Eddie Hearn feels like Ryan should go after Devin Haney first because the WBC belt will be on the line. And honestly, I think Ryan Garcia is looking for what's best, what's going to bring the most entertainment, what the people want most. I know after the Campbell fight, during the after fight interview, he asked the people who they wanted to see him fight next, and people started going for Tank. There's also been numerous polls where they asked the people who they want to see Ryan Garcia go after next, and it is Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta, although he doesn't have the same following online as Ryan Garcia, it is much more than a Devin Haney. He is more renowned. He has had his own pay-per-view. He has gone viral. He does have, brutal knockout power that attracts a lot of people to the sport. And both of them going at it will make a lot more sense from the business stance and from the perspective of their promoters. I think that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia would most likely want to fight each other rather than having to face Devin Haney, who doesn't bring as much to the table economically wise. He might have all the talent in the world, he just doesn't have the eyeballs set on him right now, unfortunately for him. But nonetheless, I think that fight will happen eventually. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, with all the smack talk that's been going back and forth, and it's on the biggest platform there could be right now. Everybody knows about it. It's buzzing. It's hot. I think they should strike when the iron is hot and go and make this fight as soon as possible. Have these two youngins go at it. And at the end of the day, like I said, they're still young. They're still on the come up. They could still reestablish themselves if they lose that O. And especially right now in the lightweight division, when you got so much good young talent, expect a loss on their records here and there, especially if they're going to face off against each other in the near future. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the fight's going to get made for this year? Is it going to be in May or September? Who do you think wins that fight? Do you think Ryan Garcia has what it takes to knock out Gervonta "Tank" Davis? Or do you think his defensive flaws would get exploited by a very powerful, hard-hitting knockout artist in Gervonta "Tank" Davis? For this and much more boxing content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment in the comment section below. This is Shay at King Me Boxing Channel, signing out.